Coach Kellie Harper and players Sara Puckett and Jordan Horston. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Harper, and then we'll take your questions. If you'll raise your hand, we'll call on you.
I'm pleased that our team fought and played hard. Would love to have been able to close this one out, finish stronger in the fourth. But, you saw Stanford's efficiency, especially in that fourth quarter, on the offensive end, sharing the basketball and getting themselves to the free throw line. At the same time, I think that, they made some adjustments defensively, and we just kept coming up empty.
Questions? Start with Michael.
All right. So, Coach, usually the metrics will say you guys only have 5 turnovers. There's no way you should lose the game. So, how can you explain that you guys took care of the ball that well, but still managed to lose the game?
Well, we only shot 19% in the fourth quarter. So, turning the ball over, missing shots really doesn't – there's no difference. You're coming up empty on the scoreboard.
Hi, Kelly. Janie McCauley from 18. Hi, ladies. What was sort of the difference there? Cameron hits that buzzer beater to end the third, and that seemed like a bit of a momentum for them.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought that was possibly the biggest shot of the game. And, they cut it to 5, I believe, going into the fourth. But they had a lot of momentum at that point. They went right to her to start the fourth, and she got a layup. So I think, they felt really good about how they were going to execute. Fourth quarter, we got a little stagnant offensively. The ball didn't move. We didn't have player movement that we had. We were just trying to throw it to some of our players and watch them play. And I think that's where we've got to go back and be a little bit more disciplined with our offense.
I was hoping you could just talk about the decision to bring Rakia off the bench, and that's related to the recent suspension.
Our starting lineup is not carved in stone. So, we're constantly evaluating our team in practice and in games, and we'll make decisions based off of that.
Alex Simon from Bay Area News Group. Kelly, when you guys lose somebody like Tamari, especially in a matchup like this where you probably could use her more than maybe any matchup outside of the conference, how have you thought you guys have adjusted and had to adjust without her, maybe even especially defensively?
Yeah, definitely. We missed her presence defensively for sure because her size can match some of their size in the paint, and having that presence behind you is a big deal. We don't have anybody that can grow, in the next few weeks. So what we were able to do was go with, players were physical. They were tough. You're playing a system defensively, really relying on each other. And our defense has gotten better. Now, it's going to be – you're going to have struggle to hold them under 80. I mean, it's just they can score that well. It would have been nice to have had them around 70. I thought if we could get around 70, I thought we, probably could have a chance, and that probably would have held true.
And Jordan, it seemed like this was a really physical game on both ends of the court. Obviously, the foul numbers are pretty big, but even some of the shots that you are trying to get up are through very close defense in that way. Can you kind of talk about the physicality of the game and how you kind of experienced it?
Well, this is the type of game that we're going to see when we're playing in a tournament. So I'm so thankful that we played it right now so we can adjust to, how we need to play. But like you said, it's going to be a physical game. You just got to learn how to just play through it and still finish. Stanford's a great team. They're physical. We just got to match that energy.
Row 3.
Cheryl College with me. You played against the number 2 team in their arena, but it wasn't a bad game. You had to change in the lineup. What are the things that you saw that you liked from this game? I've watched you guys play all season, and this seemed to be a game where you flowed much better, really well, and the chemistry seemed to be a lot better.
Yeah, good observation. I think our chemistry on the court is getting better and better. I still think we can improve in that area. I think our team is playing well together right now. We're communicating at a better level. I thought we played hard. I thought we were locked in. I told them for about 29 and a half minutes, going back to that 3. obviously we took care of the basketball. That's important. You know, we can find ways now to get a little bit better on both ends of the court. I think it'll you know, and I think the corrections are there. I think we can get better, and I think that's the exciting part about this team because we have some players that can make plays. We have players that can be productive, and we just got to continue to work to get better.
Jordan, can you speak to what felt a great game tonight? What felt good for you,
Thank you.
but also what felt good for the entire team, just from your eyes?
What I was really impressed about with us was how fast we got back. They didn't really get a lot of transition points in the beginning because that's one thing that we really wanted to focus in on. We knew that they wanted to push the tempo, so we really locked in on that. So I'm very impressed with that. We played hard. I feel like we played really hard. We stayed together. Like Coach said, we was pretty steady the whole game. And I'm excited to see how we get better from this.
Yeah, just quickly, Kelly, with Justine, it seems like her minutes have been fluctuating a little bit, but as you're figuring out kind of how to mold her in, can you just talk about kind of where you saw her fitting in to how you used her tonight in that way?
Yeah, we put her in to get to have some opportunities offensively, in particular in that first half. You know, I thought we needed a shooter out on the court. We hadn't been able to free up some of our other shooters other than Sarah, and we wanted to give Justine a go. And I thought the matchups that we had with her in that first half made sense defensively for her. She's continuing to grow. She's fine. We're going to have patience with her. She's going to be a good player.
Kelly, Tara just sat up here and said, you know, when we play Tennessee, we have a good gauge on where we are. You know, that's how she feels about this long-time rivalry. Do you sort of have that same sense whenever you play Tara's team, Stanford? And now you have a 2-week break, I see, almost. Well, you have a little, no.
I don't, whatever the
Until the 27th.
27th.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of a break to work on things before conferences.
Yeah, so I think anytime you play Stanford, it's you know exactly who you are. I told our team, I said, if you're not good at something, you're going to find out what that is when you play Stanford. They do a really good job of taking away strengths, and I thought our team handled that. I thought we handled a lot that was thrown at us today. They're so efficient on both ends of the court and do such a really good job. You know exactly where you stand after you play this game. And I'm excited about some areas, and I'm excited about some growth in some areas for us moving forward. And then in terms of what we're doing now to move out, we will still continue to work on it. We will have 2 practices due to holiday break. We'll have 2 practices, and then we'll have a game on the 27th.
I'm not very good with math.
That's-
It's really only 7 days. Thanks.
Good, Ben.
Thank you. I just want to get your thoughts on Cameron Brink. Drawing 13 fouls, got to the foul line for 12 fouls. So just talk about how difficult it is to contain her inside.
Yeah.
What makes that difficult? Yeah.
She did a really good job of staying active and mobile on the block. We had a hard time getting around her. We're typically a fronting defensive team on the post, and she caught the ball way too much for our defense. And we're not built. Our defensive structure is not built to handle that. But she did such a good job of moving and keeping the defender behind her. She kept getting post touches, and when she gets post touches on the block, she's so crafty and aggressive. We just couldn't keep her in front of us, and or foul.
Coach, I want to know, you talked a little about fourth quarter, you guys got stagnant. That third quarter, you go on a run, right? You get about an 8-10 point lead. What was working in that moment for you guys in that third quarter that allowed you guys to build that lead, and maybe that disappeared in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, we made some shots. I think Rakia comes in and scores 8 in the third quarter alone, and then we got the ball inside a couple times for some buckets, and then we were coming up strong defensively, you know, to be able to keep them slowed down and to get that 8-point lead. It wasn't anything magical. We were just making shots and playing tough, and you know, some of those same shots we missed in the fourth quarter.
I know we talked about the difficulty of y'all's schedule. Can you talk about how that prepared you for today's game? And then
Yeah, I mean, I think they can speak to that, how they felt. But we've been through it. I mean, it's been very challenging. But I think it's helping us. I really do. I think it's helped us grow. And obviously, you still have to stay strong mentally through those losses. But if they can do that, I think we know who we are based on the competition that we've played.
And do you feel like you built that identity? I know that you said that last few.
Yeah, so I think early on this year, during some of those early losses and early challenging games, I don't think we had an identity. I think our identity was not set. And I think now we're really beginning to create what that is and what we need to look like. And it's not just the staff creating, it's our players. They understand what it needs to look like now for us to get wins and to play our best.
Michael and Janie.
Okay. This would be no play on words, but Cameron had a great game across the board, but she was on the brink of fouling out. Did you guys have a concerted effort to maybe go at her?
Yeah, I mean, I think we went at her probably a little too much. She was able to go up straight, block several shots, contest some shots. It'd be nice to get her out. I know she's, historically been in foul trouble as a player. We wanted to get post touches with or without her in there.
Close with Janie.
Jordan, for you guys to
That's Jordan.
yeah,
Sarah. I'm Sarah. Sorry.
I'm really not that out of it today. Sarah, the way you take care of the ball, this group takes care of the ball. I mean, 5 turnovers while also creating chances off of their turnovers. Is that the style that you want to play at this stage, going into conference schedule where you're up and down like that?
I definitely feel like that should be an emphasis, just because if you're less on turnovers, we'll get our shots are going to eventually fall. And so keeping those turnovers down is allowing us to get more minutes with the ball in our hands on offense. So I definitely feel like that's a thing that we need to focus on, and we have been focusing on getting our turnovers down, and I felt like we did a great job of not turning the ball over tonight. So.
And when Coach said that maybe, I don't know, a couple days ago this week, that when you play Stanford, you'll know something that you might need to work on. What do you think that was coming out of this game?
Well, her saying that just kind of motivated me to just, not let them think I can only do one thing personally, and I felt like a lot of us showed that today on the court. So it was just motivation to me. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate